Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the One Meal Channel. And if you are new here, then welcome. I'm a 20-something-year-old guy in the Midwestern United States, and I make a massive pile of food for myself every single day, and most days I film it. So, if you want to enjoy this video as much as I enjoy making these types of videos, grab yourself some food or a beverage of your own, and let us get down with the rest of today's episode. So thank you, welcome back. It's been a while. A couple of days ago I made enchilada casserole, which is interesting. I never made it before. Basically, it's just all the normal stuff that you would put in an enchilada, but instead of rolling it up and making a nice little enchilada, you put it in a crock pot and you spoon it out when you want some. And I made so much, I made 3 times what a normal serving would be, and since I only eat 1 meal a day, I still have plenty left over. And so today we're going to be dipping in to a lot of our stash of enchilada casserole. But first, we're going to pair it with some rice. Now that sounds a little bit unusual, I think, but pairing it with a little bit of egg fried rice, I think is going to go a long way. Give it a little bit of variety, a little bit of texture. So how many eggs do you think we need for this egg fried rice? Well, I have 2 cups of rice, of uncooked rice that have now been cooked up. I think 4 eggs per 1 cup of uncooked rice. Another way to go with that. And so we're going to put 8 eggs. And this is going to help us make some meals for the next couple of days. If you've still stuck around on the video, I have some exciting news for you tomorrow. I've been talking about it, and it's finally going to happen. I'm going to go out fishing tomorrow, which is great. It's been a long time since I've gone out fishing, and I've decided to make the executive decision to bring all of you out with me to go fishing as well. So we're going to have ourselves a little fishing trip. I promise to put in the effort to selectively edit everything together instead of just letting everything play out in a really long video. Noah has been going fishing a little bit before this week while I finish up my job because I've been working late. And he's been going fishing, and he's been having a lot of success catching fish. Not exactly the fish that he's been wanting to catch, but he's been having success catching fish nonetheless. And that's kind of the most important part, don't you think? So, I promise it'll be a good experience. Everybody can have a fun time going out fishing with their internet dad or uncle or kid or whatever you see me as. My viewership tends to skew on the older side rather than the younger side, and I like that, which is cool. I've always been told that I'm rather mature for my age, even though I kept my goofy side. So yeah, let's go out fishing tomorrow and have a fun time. And as a result, I may ask that you just be a little bit more patient with me on the upload schedules here recently. I'm still going to post videos at least 5 times a week, but I might not be posting them as at the same consistent time as I usually do. So, like I said, be a little bit patient with me. Well, I clearly made the temperature of that a little bit too high because we're getting some burning. Let's help by adding the rice. Okay, and the eggs now. Yeah, I always forget how low of a smoke point coconut oil has. results in what you saw there. Let's get this turned over. Yeah, it's the first big weekend since the fishing season started that it's going to be open, so I anticipate that there's probably going to be a lot of people there. Hopefully we get lucky and we're able to enjoy the entire morning without any sort of interruptions. So tune in tomorrow or the day after and enjoy that with me. Let's get the rest of our food put together so there's an even, consistent color to the rice. While that gets cooked up a little bit, we'll move this back to medium and we'll get started with our enchilada casserole. Give ourselves a big bowl and move over into the fridge where we have our massive crock pot. Let's see. I think the spoon will work out great for us. So let's give ourselves a nice big scoop of the casserole here on the side. We're going to heat this up in the microwave, so don't be concerned. Single guy living. If you want to see what it was like to put all of this together, take a look at some of our previous videos. It was pretty fun. Some of the enchilada sauce is kind of separated with the rest of everything. I'm going to spend a little bit of time trying to recombine that in here. Add a little bit to the base of our bowl, because that's going to serve us well when the rice and everything else combines with it. So let me quickly put this into our microwave. 3.5 minutes. The other benefit of making this much egg fried rice is that the rice is going to have more time to settle. Well, for tomorrow anyway. And that means it'll be easier to digest. It won't spike our glucose index, or our glucosamine index, as I think it's more traditionally referred to. I'd say we have 2 more large servings of our casserole set up for tomorrow. Hopefully we get ourselves a fish, and I can cook up that fish in the pan together, because that would be excellent. Now our casserole is already perfectly seasoned, but since I'm not trying to impress anybody, here we go. We can add a little bit of black pepper. Just enough to be dangerous. Perfect, and I think that's enough. Didn't completely finish that off in the microwave, and that's fine. I'm sure the sides are going to be very hot and very dry, so we'll utilize this piece of paper here. Give this a little turn in on itself. It smells amazing too. Move this kind of over to the side, and then just a scoop of rice here, scoop of rice here, scoop of rice there, and a scoop of rice there. And look at that. Like I said, there's going to be way more food than the average person needs, but I am no average person. I'm a super person. So we're going to mix and combine this with one another over the next hour while I finish eating it. We'll have ourselves a good time. And you know what? The real reason why all of you come to watch the One Meal channel is for weight, is it not? Let's give the people what they want and weigh the food we have, assuming this loads. So we'll zero out our bowl, and I have no idea what this is going to weigh. Wow, 2.87 pounds. Not bad, is it? So that is going to be our meal for the day. And full disclosure, I did eat a little bit of this without the rice for lunch. So although I usually only eat one meal a day, I ate a really small meal yesterday. I was feeling extremely hungry in the middle of work, and so I had a little bite, I had a little bowl. Which means that we will be eating more than 3 pounds of food on this day, assuming I actually can. So you can either log off now and say goodbye, and I'll say bye, or we can get our meal prepping done. I won't be offended either way. Well, I say meal prepping. It's probably more accurate to call this food storage. Stick around with me for this little bonus content. Perfect. This is all going to be incredibly easy to clean as well. I'm going to put half of this closed. Put it in here to allow it to dissipate all of its heat. And now, my friends, now we will depart from one another and return with fishing trip tomorrow. Thank you, everyone. I'll see you later. Bye.